Charlie Kirk is dead, and yet he's still alive. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this is clickbait, but I promise if you stay till the end of the video, you'll understand my perspective. Charlie Kirk started Turning Point USA, and it's aptly named because I believe that even in his death, this is a turning point. So I've been driving around. I am angry. No, I'm livid. Not because Charlie was someone who I saw as an idol, or someone who I knew personally, or who I had the honor to call friend. That's not it. It's because he was an American and he knew exactly what it meant to be an American. See, being an American isn't about citizenship. It's not about being born here. It's not about some birthright. It's about ideals and ideologies that you hold. And they're exemplified in what our founding fathers wrote down into the Constitution. Now, it wasn't perfect, and they were not perfect men, but in their infinite wisdom, they provided ways for that to be changed through civic and political means. And unfortunately, over the last 20 years or so, we have been in a cold civil war here in America. And we are at an inflection point. So I've been driving around for the past couple of hours because I was so angry and frustrated about the way that things are. And I was trying to gather my thoughts and to calm down my feelings. And here is the conclusions that I've come to. To the leftists and to those who hate this country, to those who are out there applauding Charlie's death and saying that this is a good thing because he is gone, those who are calling him a fascist, and those who just a few weeks ago, when there was another shooting, were calling for more gun laws and who are now silent on the matter now. You are an enemy of America. And you are not because you have a different view from me, but because you are evil, because you look at this man who was executed viciously for the great crime of speaking his mind, and you say that's a good thing. You call him a fascist for having a different opinion than you, when really you're the ones who are fascists for trying to silence these ideologies. And you applaud this, which is a great mistake, because in the wake of Charlie's death, in his shadow, you are going to find that more people rise up to take his place, to bear his shield, to take the burden that he took on, and you will lose because you are wrong. I will not stand idly by anymore. I will not bite my tongue. I will not keep my mouth shut and my opinions to myself, because I cannot see a world where we allow that to happen, and America is no longer America. It has been changing for the last 100 years, for the worse. There's been generations now that have paved the way for us to come to this point today, right now. And I will no longer sit by and allow the country to become something that it is not for my children. If it weren't for America, there would not be democracy throughout the world. If it were not for America rising up against the Brits, we would not have democracy as we have it in this world. If it wasn't for us coming to the aid of Europe in World War I and World War II, half the world would be speaking German right now. Now, to my liberal friends, to my moderate friends, to my conservative friends, I have a message for you. Stop biting your tongue. Get off of the sidelines. Do the things that it is to be American. Exercise your rights. Speak up. So that's the First Amendment. We have freedom of speech. Charlie exercised his freedom of speech. He shared his ideas. He was gracious. He was kind. And he was executed and murdered for it. I don't want to live in a world where in America we have to be worried about whether we will be shot for our ideas. Charlie was not a fascist, he was a conservative. He wasn't a fascist, he was a Christian. Many people don't agree with him. I didn't agree with him about everything. But he did not deserve to die. The second thing I would recommend is if you own a gun, learn how to use it. I don't believe that we need more gun laws in this country. I think we need more gun owners in this country. An armed society is a polite society. Things like this don't happen in a country that is armed. If you don't have a firearm, buy one today. Go learn how to shoot it, carry it, and exercise your God-given right to be able to have the ability to defend yourself. To defend yourself. To those who agree with what I'm saying, but you feel like you're too old or you don't have the wherewithal to be in this fight anymore, I simply ask that you shut up and get out of the way. You were part of the society that paved the way for us to be here at this moment, and something needs to change. I hope we don't go into a full-blown civil war. But again, I will not wait around for it to happen. I'll do everything in my power to speak up against evil, to speak up against what is wrong, to defend the rights of those people who are not able to defend it for themselves. And if you are not one of those people, I'm here to say that I will do it. But get out of my way. Stay on the sidelines, stay quiet. Don't inject your opinion every so often. Either be in the fight or be out of it completely. It is atrocious that we live in a society where it's okay to shoot at a man who is exercising his ability to speak, to a man who, as far as I can tell, was very gracious and kind to most people who stood in front of him, who were curious, who wanted to see his opinion, who pointed people towards an even greater ideology than the American ideology, but the Christian ideology at every chance he got. I admire Charlie Kirk and his life. I admire the sacrifice he must have made to be away from his family and to be in the public view. It's not something I want for myself, but if it is required of me, I will do it. If it is required of me to speak, I will do it. If it is required of me to run for office, I will do it. If it is required of me to pick up my rifle and fight for this country, I will do it. Charlie was a patriot. He believed in America and he believed in God, and his blood is on the stripes of our flag. Now Charlie lives because of the most important belief that you could have, and that is, who is God? Charlie lives because even though I never knew him and I never met him, Charlie was my brother. And I am confident, based on what I saw from his life, that he is resting peacefully, eternally at home in heaven with our Father. And that's the most important thing that you could believe in. I know that one day I will see Charlie again, and he and I will get to worship God for all of eternity. Charlie lives. He lives here in the hearts of all of his fans and his admirers. He lives here in the minds of all the people that he taught how to speak and how to do it graciously. And he lives in heaven with our Father. And I am grateful that Charlie finished his race, that he was called home, and that he gets to rest. There's no plug. There's no more to say really about it. I thank you for your time. I thank you for hearing me out. And I encourage you to rise up, because this battle will not be won with concessions. It will not be won through negotiation. It will be won in the fringes of people who are undecided. It will be won either in the arena of ideas and ideology, or it will be won on a battlefield. And I pray for the former and not the latter.